For every investor, it is important for us to fully understand the companies we are investing in. Everything from the products they sell, how they are doing financially, etc. Back in the old days, researching for the companies you want to invest in is a pain in the neck. You have to do it manually by looking through books and painstakingly stack annual reports. With the advancement of technology, we now have available tools for us regular investors to research the companies easily, and these are for free. You just have to know where to look. Here are 5 free online tools I use in valuating companies. So let's start. First one is Investing.com. Now this website really does a lot, especially when you are starting out. You have the current news here, and if you want to look at the company's financial statements, they have the complete income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statements. It's really clean to look at, and you can toggle between the annual reports and the quarterly reports. And if you just want to have a quick look, they have a financial summary for you. Now this is quite helpful if you just want to scan for potential companies to invest to, since these are the main things you look at when analyzing companies. So I use this to filter out stocks I want to analyze deeply in the future. They also have a lot of ratios computed for you. Now I don't look at their dividends report here since it's not quite updated, and you can also look at the current news for the company. Now for the news, they don't have it for all companies, so I think this is more on the larger cap companies. Not sure. Now another thing I like for Investing.com is they have a stock screener, which really comes in handy to filter out more stocks for you. So you just select your country here and you can choose what kind of company you want to search for. For example, you only want companies that has a PE ratio of less than 15 and a market cap of more than 5 billion. So you just have to clear out other things here to make things more easy to understand. And there you have it. All companies that are trading at a 15 PE and has a market cap above 5 billion really is a handy tool. Now I also use this, and sometimes I add in dividend yield since I am a dividend value investor. So I add in 2% above, and you just have to click the checkbox here to show the dividend yield. Nice, right? Although the downside, like what I said a while ago, their dividends here are not that updated, so you still have to check it if it's that high or not in the current year. But some companies are updated, don't know why. Anyway, I use this to quickly scan for potential companies to analyze in the future. Really handy. So they also have an app for the phone. You can download it. Investing.com comes in handy, especially when you don't have a laptop on hand. Although datas aren't like what you see in the website, it still shows the overview of the company, its financial summaries, and the news. Next free tool for us is Msn.com or Msn Money. Almost the same with Investing.com. They have as well financial reports of the company, but in a different style, and you might be confused if you use the two, since the years for their annual report in Investing.com is from right to left and this one from left to right. So you have a new function here, which is the ownership of the company. You can see here the different mutual funds that invest in this company and also the institutional owners, which is also something to look at when valuating a company. Now, one function that can help out new investors here are the Analyst Recommendation. Here, you will see how analysts think of the company, the number of analysts that said to just hold it for now, and those who recommend a buy or sell for this one. Again, I just want to remind you guys, this is only an addition to your analysis of the company. Don't just rely on what this one indicates to do. You also have here graphs of their sales, net income, profitability, and their 5-year high and low PE ratio. So also quite a useful one to look at. Tells you how much price are people willing to pay for the company in relation to its earnings in the past 5 years. Under here, you also have debt ratios and their management effectiveness. Really, this analysis section have a lot of info for you guys already, from the price ratios, profit margins, debt ratios, and valuating how effective their management is in producing profits, and it's all for free. Now, like Investing.com, Msn Money isn't left behind as well. They also have their mobile app. Now this one I look at almost every day. I think this had been my newspaper every morning. So you can create a watch list for your stocks and you can see the current news for those companies in your watch list. How handy is that? And their app for me is much cleaner to look at. And you can also see the top news in our country and other countries as well. Now, the only downside for the app, you won't be able to see a summary for their financials. What they have are summaries of some ratios and what the analyst recommendation is. So for me, a combo of both Investing.com and Msn app for your phone is a much better way to go. So with these two tools alone, you have no reason at all not to evaluate companies. It's already in front of you. Now for my third tool, actually it's two websites. This is Passability and Morningstar. Now I only use these two to look at the dividend yield of the company, since this is the most updated. So for the yield, it's Passability, which shows you the yield for last year's dividends based on its current price. Now for Morningstar, I use this for dividend history only because it shows a much wider view. Now Morningstar isn't for dividend history only, but I don't use it for the financials and ratios since you need a membership to access further datas. I haven't tried their paid membership if it's worth it or not, so I just use them for my dividend history analysis. For my fourth free tool, it's Reuters.com. Now, it's almost the same as Investing.com and Msn. They also have current news, what's happening to the world and everything, from the different markets like crypto, bonds, commodities, etc. Same with the other two, an overview of the company, current news, but what I like here is the key developments, which is something to take note on for the company you are investing in. You also have charts here if you also analyze companies with it. So in their leadership, they have the position of the person and what year they were appointed. Another advantage of Reuters is they show 5 years worth of data, unlike for Msn and Investing.com, which only shows 4 years worth of data. The only thing I don't like, it's kind of confusing to look at. Now that's for me, okay? But a helpful addition to their financial statement here is the mini graph. You can see the trend of each line. So if you're looking at the revenue, you can already have an overview that it's rising year by year. And if you also want to look at the ratios, they also have a lot of ratios already computed for you here in their key metrics. And in the event section, you have their dividends payout and if the company have already released their quarterly reports. Quite handy as well. Now Reuters also have an app, but it's for news only. So I haven't tried that one since I'm already happy with the Amazon app for my news. So comment down below if you have tried their app and share your experience for us. Now for the last tool, which has now been my favorite ever since one of my subscribers told me this one, really a game changer, is app.ticker. Really a powerful tool for every investor. So right now, if you still haven't used their website yet, I suggest you support it now. Really great. Now same as the 3 website I told you a while ago, they also have the current news worldwide. And one thing about this website, you get to track famous investors. And one of them, of course, the GOAT himself, Warren Buffett. So if you click on Berkshire Hathaway, you can see all the companies they invest in and the changes in each of their holdings. You can also see the percentage of each of their company in their portfolio. Really nice. You can see the movement of the grades. So if you like a certain fund, you can search it here and you will be able to see the companies they invest in. Really cool. They also have a global stock screener here. Although I haven't tried this one since I'm not yet investing in the international market. Its day will come. Hoping for that one. So it's also the same. You can have your own watch list. And the best part of app.ticker, they have all the history of financials of the company and the latest 12 month as well. How great is that? And that's not all. If you click on one line, you will see the graph of it. And again, that's not all. You can also combine graphs by clicking in another line. And this is all for free, guys. Couldn't believe this myself. Hoping they won't change this in the future. Now graphs really makes things a lot easier to digest, especially when you're looking at 10 years worth of data. So same with the other 3, they have a wide array of ratios, and you have a lot more here. In the valuation section, you can also look at their competitors. They also have estimates for you, the current filings of the company, and the company's owner as well, but in a much detailed way. You can also see the changes in their holdings. Really a versatile tool. Almost everything is in here. So there you have it. 5 free tools I use to evaluate companies. Now why do I have different tools anyway? Well, sometimes I have encountered in this website, the reports are lacking. So I go to other websites to fill in the gaps of the missing years. So these situations may happen to you when evaluating stocks. That's why I have backups. I combine all of these websites. So now that you're aware that there are free tools like this, you don't have any reason not to look at the company you are investing in. Now, knowing the company helps in preventing you from making irrational decisions in your investing journey. And just imagine getting these data for free is really a blessing for us. You know, during the time of Warren Buffett, they have to scroll for a company's financials manually through books and its annual reports. That's hard, but now it's already in front of us. How lucky are we? So again, please do analyze the companies you are buying. Don't just buy based on instinct and what these certain gurus or YouTuber is buying. You have to do the research yourself. Just use their opinion as an addition to your analysis. But in the end, the decision all comes down to you. So I think that's about it for this video. I hope this helps you out. Again, comment down below if you know any tools that are really helpful in valuating companies. Would really appreciate it. So if you have gone this far in this video and still haven't clicked that like button, please do so right now. And if you aren't subscribed yet, you might as well click the subscribe button as well. Again, thank you and see you again in the next video.